It was the breakup that shook the entire internet, not just because it ended one of the most talked about relationships of the decade, but because it revealed a raw, human side to two people who had grown up under the brightest, harshest spotlight imaginable. Years later, Selena Gomez is finally opening up about that chapter of her life, and what she's saying is both heartbreaking and deeply relatable. In a recent interview, Selena admitted that after her final split from Justin Bieber, she felt alone. Completely alone. Her words, simple yet heavy, sent shockwaves across social media, reminding everyone that behind the fame, behind the headlines, and behind the music, there's still a woman who had to rebuild herself piece by piece. And before we unpack the emotional truth behind Selena's confession and what it means today, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another deep dive into the stories shaping celebrity culture, love, and healing. When Selena said she felt alone, it wasn't just a passing remark. It was a confession that carried years of quiet pain. After her final breakup with Justin, she disappeared from the public eye for months, leaving fans to wonder where she'd gone. But in reality, she was trying to survive. For nearly a decade, Selena had been more than a relationship. It was an identity, a shared world she couldn't escape. Every time she tried to move forward, the internet would pull her back, tagging her in old clips, romantic edits, and fan theories about what went wrong. When she finally walked away for good, she wasn't just losing Justin. She was losing the version of herself that had been tied to him for so long. In that interview, Selena's voice trembled slightly as she explained, "It felt like I didn't know who I was without him." She described the quiet moments after the breakup, sitting alone in her house, scrolling through social media, seeing everyone else's lives move on while hers felt frozen. "Everyone thought I was fine," she said, "but I wasn't." It was the kind of loneliness that fame couldn't fix. Surrounded by millions of followers, yet feeling completely unseen. During that period, Selena began channeling her emotions into music. The result was Lose You to Love Me, a hauntingly honest ballad that captured every ounce of heartbreak she'd endured. Fans immediately recognized it as a farewell, not to Justin, but to the version of herself that had suffered for love. The song became a global anthem of self-healing. Lines like, "I needed to lose you to love me," resonated with people everywhere, turning her private pain into a universal message. But behind the success, there was still sadness. It was closure, Selena later said. But closure doesn't mean it stops hurting, and while the fan wars reignited, Selena's message wasn't about blame. It was about growth. She said repeatedly that she doesn't hold anger, that she's learned to forgive. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, she once explained. It means choosing peace over pain. For someone who had her every heartbreak turned into a headline, that's not just strength, it's grace. Behind the scenes, Selena found solace in her close circle of friends and her newfound creative projects. Only Murders in the Building became not just a career milestone but an emotional reset. The show allowed her to express herself, laugh again, and rebuild confidence outside of her music. She also began producing, mentoring, and advocating for mental health awareness, turning her pain into purpose. "I had to be alone to learn what I truly needed," she said. "I needed to be enough for myself." Her honesty sparked conversations far beyond Hollywood. Mental health advocates praised her for normalizing the conversation about loneliness, especially in the digital age. Psychologists even referenced her interview as a reminder that connection doesn't equal fulfillment. The irony? Millions of fans felt closer to Selena than ever before, not because of her fame, but because she made them feel seen.